Vraj Raman Prabhu ki jai. Yes, yeah, I have to wear this. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Yasya cha kalatisyapi. This forest is Kalatit. Now I say, wait a minute, we go to Vrindavan, there are clocks, and now things are deteriorating. Some of the buildings which were nicely whitewashed maybe a few years ago, now there are patches of the response of the calls of nature of the monkeys. What happens? Well, that's Bhaum Vrindavan. The Bhaum Vrindavan is created around Drishyaman Vrindavan. What is Drishyaman Vrindavan? The aspect of Vrindavan which was left behind when Krishna wound off his pastimes. One such Drishyaman Vrindavan is here too in front of you. Shri Giraj Govardhan. So what we see now is Bhaum Vrindavan. Kavi Karnapur is telling, beyond this Bhaum Vrindavan, covered by a veil or a curtain, is the Golok Vrindavan, the spiritual Vrindavan we call it, or technically Aprakat Vrindavan. What? Aprakat Vrindavan. That's Kalatit. And because of the association of the Aprakat Vrindavan, the Bhaum Vrindavan also becomes special. Just like in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna spoke some 530 verses. Other verses were spoken by Dhritarashtra, Arjun. So that is not Bhagavad Gita, right? Bhagavad Gita means Bhagavataha Gita, of Bhagavan. So how is that Gita? Just by the association of words of Krishna, the words of Arjuna also become Bhagavad Gita. Similarly, because behind the backdrop, you can just imagine, this is that curtain. Raghav just told me that he spotted some wolves also. So hopefully no wolves will come. But this is that curtain. Behind the curtain is the Aprakat Vrindavan. We are sitting in Bhaum Vrindavan. And that's Kalatit. What does Kalatit means? A poet sings. And today because it's Vrindavan, so we have to take shelter of Braj Bhasha. And we'll see how Braj Bhasha songs are very similar in mood to what Rupa Goswami and our acharyas have to write. So for the next an hour or so, we'll be doing many 3D and 4D effects, hopefully. So I will encourage you to participate in the Utsav spirit and follow along as much as you can. Hamaro Vrindavan ur Hamaro Vrindavan ur Hamaro Vrindavan और हमारो Vrindavan और keep playing. Ur means chest, heart. Our Vrindavan, that's Bhaum Vrindavan, true, but we are also focusing on that spiritual Vrindavan which lies in the heart. When we do bhakti, doesn't Krishna say that I lie in the heart of devotees, and where Krishna is, the Dham is also there, Leela is also there. What happens for that Vrindavan? Maya kal taha nahi vyape, Maya kal taha nahi vyape, Jahan rasik sir mor, Jahan rasik sir mor. Now, Sir Mor is derived from the Sanskrit word Shiromani. Shiromani means crest jewel. Sir Mor means crest jewel. Rasik, one who can relish the rasas. Some people are like wine tasters, right? There's a very famous in French. They can smell and figure out. We are not into that. But some people are also connoisseurs of food. They can look at the sabji like it's like a face of the sabji. Say, no, doesn't look proper. Man, you didn't eat it. But just by looking, they can figure out. His Holiness Tamal Krishna Maharaj trained his disciples in very perfect pakka way. Now, if you go to Khala Chanji's restaurant, everything is pakka. Some people are like connoisseurs. Who is the connoisseurs of rasas? Us. Even dealing with one relationship sometimes becomes a lifetime job, or as computer science call it, NP hard problem. Some people understand. However, rasas, there is only one person. Who is that? Akhila rasamrita murti prasrama ruchirudda taraka pali kalita shama lalito radha preyan vidhur jayati. He is Akhila rasamrita murti. He can deal with friends, he can deal with mothers, he can deal with parents, he can deal with servants, he can deal with animals, he can deal with parrots, he can deal with peacocks. So where that Rasik Sirumor is there, we will not have Maya Kal. Maya Kal taha nahi vyapat. Maya Kal taha nahi vyape. Jahan Rasik Sirumor. Jahan Rasik Sirumor. And what happens when we go there? Tuti jat sat asat vasana. Vasana means desires. Sat vasana means good desires. Asat vasana is bad desires. Both are problem. Both attach us. We need spiritual desires. And man ki dauda daud. You know daud? Running? We can call it gallop. Something we have been discussing about it so many times. Somebody asked, write an essay on Shivaji Maharaj. So he wrote, Shivaji Maharaj got on the horse. That was the first page. What's the last page? Shivaji Maharaj got off the horse. What's there in the middle? Gallop, 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 gallop. Man ki dauda daud. That's what is happening. And we do feel it when we go to Vrindavan, even Bhaum Vrindavan. Perhaps you are feeling it today now. People start forgetting about their biggest horse. You know the biggest horse? Mobile phone. Because on it we do gallop, 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 gallop. Isn't it? People have told when they visit Vrindavan, they just forget about their laptops and horses and phones. Something else draws them. Why? Because behind the curtain, what's there? Aprakat Vrindavan. Won't that affect? Even though you might have Pizza Hut in the Bhaum Vrindavan, but then maybe the smell of kadhi would be coming from the other side. That's the effect of Aprakat Vrindavan. And sometimes pure devotees come and open the curtain. Look. We don't have painting of Krishna, correct? I mean, at that time there were no photographs. Ayan, you want to play harmonium? No. I was thinking, if there is harmonists, they can join. Anyway, if there is harmonists, you're welcome to join. So, we don't have camera photographs of Krishna. We don't have photographs of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, right? But recently, somebody gave a painting of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, TOVP. Looks amazing. The question comes, what about the original painting of Krishna? It is there, at least in 2 places I know of in Vrindavan. That's where even Radha Krishna come and remove the veil. Look at us, we are dancing. One such painting is in Barsana. Barsana has 4 hills. One of the hill is Morgarh, where the dancing pastime like peacocks happened. There it was a blind saint, and he, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, this blind poet is there, and Radharani and Krishna are dancing as peacocks. And Radharani tells, why don't you paint us? It's like, how can I? I don't even know painting. I can't even see. Don't worry. We will remove the curtain on our side, which is the curtain of Yogamaya. And we'll remove the curtain on your side, which is the curtain of Mahamaya. Both are removed. And he painted. That painting is still there. This is such a interesting temple that 2 days before Radha Ashtami, they throw laddus from the top of the hill. Catch it if you can. It's called the Laddu festival. And the darshan is beautiful. Krishna is like this, and Radha is also like this. They are having the dress of peacock. This peacock dress is so special, which you might read in one of the books. Rupa Manjari and Lalita Sakhi also have the dress of peacock feathers. And today, maybe Lalita Sakhi, when she comes and act on the stage today, she might be wearing the peacock dress. Have you seen peacock, the iridescent indigo color here? Who can paint? Krishna. And he likes that. So that's the first painting. Where? More Kuti in Barsana. Next time you go, you can look at it with that eyes, that this might be how Krishna would look like. Second painting is behind ISKCON. Krishna Balram Mandir. There is a place which is flanked by this building called Russian House. Anybody heard about it? Russian House. Quite some time before, all the menu items and the instructions were only in Russian. Now, of course, English and Hindi is coming. Behind that Russian house, there is a Nimbarki place called Radha Tila. What? Radha Tila. Tila means a hill, like Dwadashaditya Tila. On this Tila, saint would stay who had a vow that he would serve his picture of Radharani daily with food. One day in his bhajan, he forgot. So a small girl came and said, I need to eat something, I'm hungry. Just imagine if Radharani comes in her full form or in a covered form. It's special. You'll be attracted. So he got attracted and he cooked something and gave it to the girl. The girl left and came in the dream. Sir, you had forgotten about your vow. I didn't forget. I came so that you could feed me. Hence the place is known as Radha Tila. The saint in their line got the darshan of Krishna coming in the dress of a gopi teaching Radharani Veena, which is exactly what Vishnu Chakri Thakur writes in a book called Chamatkar Chandrika. If Krishna comes, Radharani, I would want to teach you Veena. Piya hi sikhavat Veena. Like that. A Braj song is there. That Piya is Krishna, is teaching Pyari what? Veena. So there is a painting. Again, Radharani and Krishna came and said, paint us. Now they have a huge painting which they don't show anybody. It's behind the curtain. Some time back, they were doing Madhukari. You know Madhukari? Madhu means honey. Kari means doing the thing of the honey. So you go and beg. The culture of old saints in Vrindavan was you don't beg for more than 4 or 5 homes and don't beg for cooked item, but ask for atta or like fresh products. And this saint, they were all doing Madhukari, but people told him, don't do Madhukari, it's time, little time goes in there and the world is changing. So make a small facsimile of this original painting. Now you go to Radha Tila, you see this facsimile. Small painting in which Krishna is dressed as a gopi and bringing the Veena and is being taught Veena. So 2 places for you, More Kutir and Radha Tila, where you can perhaps see how Krishna would look like. Man ki dauda daur, everything ends. Kavi Karnapur then goes on to describe that there are 6 seasons in Vrindavan. It's very fresh because as I'm seeing Prabhu, we were discussing with Braja Sevaki Mataji, and this was the recent discussion happening of the forest. So 6 seasons and 12 months and tons of festivals and tons of deities. The first forest is Varsha Harshaha. Varsha Harsha, the joy of monsoon. Why it's a joy of monsoon? Because the megh, the clouds come, and one particular species become very excited. Any guesses? And how do they sound? Come on, you have to be enthusiastic. 10 points, loudly. No.
10 points gone.
More. And it's in Vrindavan, we say it's not Ayo, it's Jai Ho, Jai Ho, Jai Ho to Sri Radha and Krishna. They are perched on the top of the trees and the plumes flowing down, and they become very excited. So it's a joy of monsoon. Although it's different now when it rains, the rainwater and the gutter water is Achintya Bheda Ved. So keep chanting Radhe Radhe and walk. But people are blissful. I know people, Nitin Prabhu was telling, those who have taken vow of doing parikrama, even this much water is there, they will do daily. And many people start doing the parikrama now very late in the night. Maybe 12 a.m., midnight they start. So Varsha Harsha Sharada Modaha Sharada Modaha, the pleasure of autumn. Why? Because things start getting cleared up, right? When the rain comes, safai, all the cleanliness happens. The Varsha Harsha, the monsoon, includes 2 months. That's what we have to remember. Every season, 2 months. First month of the Varsha Harsha, which I think is going now, is Shravan. Month of Shravan. It comes in July, August, mid-July to mid-August. And then there is Bhadrapad, which is mid-August to mid-September. Bhadrapad is when we celebrate a lot of festivals, and we'll be going through them. Sharada Moda is autumn. Autumn has 2 seasons of Ashwin and Kartik. What? Ashwin and Kartik. First was Shravan and Bhadrapad. Shravan and Bhadrapad. Ashwin is September to October. One feels like, garmi chale gayi, this heat has gone, but no. Our mother tells that Ashwin's heat is like the slap of a stepmother. That's what's common tradition in Vrindavan, we say. The Ashwin's heat is like the slap of a stepmother. Do we know about any stepmother from Bhagavatam? Suruchi. Suruchi. Suniti was so kind. Suruchi was prakhara. Actually, we use these words for gopis, but she was quite straightforward and like Ashwin's heat. And Kartik we know. Damodar month. After Sharada Moda, what should come? What do you think? It's Hemanta Santoshaha. Hemanta Santoshaha. It is the satisfaction of winter. So first came the joy of monsoon, then the pleasure of autumn, then comes the satisfaction of winter. How? Because you can eat nicely. The fire is up in winters. So, badam, halwa, gatak gaye. Rabdi, gone. What else? Kuliya, gone. Dal bati, super gone. Malpue, gone. So, satisfaction of winter. And, well, it's not now the case, but earlier, winter, not many people would come to Vrindavan. It was a quieter time. Now, no time is quieter in Vrindavan. It's all the while people are coming. Why it was quieter? Because winter. And winter of Vrindavan is when it gets into your bones. There's no central heating. It's all out. And Yamuna is there. It's all landlocked in one sense, other side. So winter is very cold. But the sages like it because people are not there. And when people are not there, you can peacefully chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Keshav, you have to keep that in your lap. Sorry, just 1 hour. So, that's Hemanta Santoshaha. After Hemanta, what comes? Shishir. Shishira Sukha Karaha. Shishira Sukha Karaha. The happiness of, they call it dewy season. Which is, now the seasons have gone here and there. Winter is extending till March. And then summer is June, July. Rainy season, nobody knows. But the original It included the months of Magh and Falgun. What? Magh and Falgun. What was in the Hemant? Anybody from Tamil Nadu here? Telugu? Bahumat, Spasht Bahumat. Margashirsha, right? In Chennai, we have a lot of festivals, of music festivals in Margashirsha. And Paush. So Shravan and Bhadrapad in monsoon. Then next is what? Autumn. Ashwin and Kartik. Third is Hemant, winter. Margashirsha and Paush. Not the Marathi ala re Paush ala. Not that one. That means rain. And Shishir, Magh and Phalgun. Now comes the king of all the seasons. We say, right? Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Madhav. Now it could means Mas Dhav. Mas apostrophe S Dhav. Dhav means it's a Braj version of honey. You know, honey, hubby, honey, hubby, husband. And Ma is Lakshmi. So Lakshmi's husband, Vishnu, Krishna. But Madhav also means Vasanta. And therefore, there are a lot of plays going on in Rupa Goswami's poetry where Krishna is called Madhav, but they take it to Vasanta. So Vasanta means the king of the season and also Krishna, Madhav. So Vasanta Kantaha, the beauty of spring. And it looks like spring actually, isn't it? It includes the months of Magh and, no, it includes the month of Chaitra and Vaishak. What? Chaitra and Vaishak. Finally, it is Nidagha Subagaha, which means the auspicious season of summer. Auspicious? In Vrindavan, it's like you feel like, which all layers should I remove? Maybe I should remove my skin also. It's so hot. But it's auspicious because of the decorations we see here. We can give a lot of pleasure to Krishna, which we'll see. These 6 seasons have the 6 corresponding forests, where in different forests there is a different season. Time serves in this way. Now, when we are going through yearly cycles, we have what? First summer will come, then rainy season. No, in Vrindavan you have different areas. Just like you go into a zoo, you have an Amazon forest there. You have Indian Himalayas there, isn't it? So it's a temporal, spatial arrangement by temporal time, isn't it? However, there are 3 more forests. What are the 3 more forests? In which 2 forests combine together. So you have a forest of Sharad and Hemant, which means the autumn and winter. Then you have forest combined of Shishir and Vasant, the dewy season and spring. Then you have forest of summer and monsoon. We also have, right, change of season. If you don't know the answer to any problem, change of season, isn't it? Doctor, we go to doctor, something happened. What happened? Change of season. So 9 forests, right? And there is one omnibus forest. What is that? All the 6 seasons combined. So there, Radharani can pick up the flower from monsoon flower, or a spring flower, or a summer flower, everything in the service of Krishna. 6 seasons, 10 forests, 12 months, and tons of festivals. Let's enter into the first month. What's the first month in India financial season? April, right? So we go to Chaitra. First day, which is called New Year. Chaitra Shukla Pratipata, right? So every month we have a dark face and a white face, we can call it. When the moon is Purnima, Purnima is full moon. Then the full moon becomes a new moon. And from the new moon, it again becomes the full moon. So from full moon to new moon, we call it the waning phase of the moon. It's called Shukla. What? Shukla Paksha, white phase. And then when it goes from the new moon to full moon, it is called the waxing phase of the moon. That's called the Krishna Paksha. But we are Gaudiya Vaishnavas, right? We have our style to everything. So what we call Shukla Paksha? Gaura Paksha. What? Gaura Paksha. So, Shukla Pratipada, the first day we celebrate as Ugadi, right? And what else? Baisakhi. What else? Gudi Padwa. And we celebrate as New Year. So they will go in front of Shri Radharaman. Jai Radharaman Lal. Jai Jai. Jai Shri Bhatta Gopal. Jai Jai Radharaman Lal. Jai Jai. Jai Shri Bhatta Gopal. First day they will go and tell what is in the store for you for the entire year. Which festival's gonna come, which season's gonna come. And they serve Radharaman Lal with in all the temples with a special preparation because this is the change of season. So the Thakurji should be healthy, right? In Vrindavan, he's considered Naravat. So he's fed with neem leaves because neem, eucalyptus, has antifungal, antiviral, antibacterial properties, but it is bitter. How do you make it sweet? If it was America, they'll make a neem chocolate. But in India, they sprinkle some crystals of sugar. So you eat that neem with crystal, not in India, in Vrindavan. And that is served to Radharaman, to Radha Vallabh, to Radha Govinda. And what do the Vaishnavas say? Life is full of bitter and sweet moments. I, your servant, accept these bitter. What is bitter? Nimba, neem. And sweet. What is sweet? Mishri. You know Mishri? They are the crystals. Experiences as your prasad. What does Brahma say? Tatte nukampa susamikshamana. Susamikshamana. Samiksha means analyze it. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu daya karaho vichar. Daya karibe paibe chitte chamatkar. Everything is Mishri or Nimba. But the combination is antifungal, antiviral, antibacterial, anti-kama, anti-lobha, anti-matsarya, so on and so forth. So this is how they begin the new year. And what do the shopkeepers do? They bring their bahi khata. You know bahi khata? The ledger. They bring their ledger and write Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe, Radhe. Jai Radhe, Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Krishna, Krishna. Jai Krishna, Jai Shri Krishna. First day. Then comes the sixth day, Chaitra Shukla. Shukla is Gaur. And what do you celebrate on the Chaitra Shukla Shashti? Yamuna Maharani Ki Jai. We celebrate Yamuna Chhat, the birthday of Yamuna. And Yamuna is so special, she makes everybody happy. She made the queens of Krishna also happy. The queens were sad after Krishna had left the body, left this world. And she said, how are you happy? She said, I meditate on the service to Sri Radha. You can also do so, but for that you have to chant loudly and bring a special personality out of the woods. So maybe we can chant loudly, maybe somebody will come. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Uddhav came, did you see? Maybe he's here. Uddhava jumped near the Kusum Sarovar. There is a place called Uddhava Kyari. He jumped out He said, who is doing kirtan? Then Vajranath was there, the queens were there, and they said, Uddhava, sit on the Vyasasana, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. For 1 month he did Bhagavatam Katha. And they all got the prasad. They all then became very blissful. But one person was sad, Parikshit. Why? Because Kali Yuga had come, so he had to go to subdue Kali. He went, but he was sad. When will I hear Bhagavatam? So Vajranath, Uddhava told, don't worry, you will have one-on-one sessions. This is in Samuha. One special personality gonna come. Who is that personality? Shukdev Maharaj ki jai. Shukdev Maharaj came and he told Bhagavatam to Parikshit. But you will say many people were sitting. No, those are all bonus. The main attention was Parikshit Maharaj. So Yamuna pleased the queens. She also pleased Krishna. Once Krishna was so sad, nobody was able to please him. So they called Kalindi, Yamuna, you come. You have to make Krishna happy. This is told in the Braj tradition, especially tradition of Pushti Mar. So what did Yamuna do? She's blackish. So she dressed in, now mothers call it anarkali dress. In the Akbar times it was called jama. And this is how Srinathji dressed, with chudidar pajama and a long kurta going beyond, thank you, going beyond the knees. And she dressed like that and came in front of Krishna. Imagine somebody dresses exactly like you and comes in front of you. What would happen? He will smile. Krishna smile. That's how Yamuna became so popular that in Pushti Marg, you have Srinathji, like this. And Yamuna is standing on this side offering the mala of lotus flowers. So Yamuna Maharani ki jai. This is Chaitra Shukla Shashti. And Chaitra Shukla Navami is a festival we celebrate a lot in our temple especially, and this time Anand Mela theme was around it. What's it? Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Now say, wait a minute. Is there a presence of Ram in Vrindavan? Of course. Once Yashoda Maiya is with her Lala and Kaushalya Maiya is with her Lala. They came together and they were having nice, what do you call that in America? Play date. So Kaushalya was having a play date with Yashoda, and the two kids were having their own a nice fun time, maybe pizza, rabdi, whatever. In Vrindavan it is possible. Hare Krishna. There could be rabdi pizza also. Just like there is a chaat pizza. There is something called B-Tech chaat also now. So they were talking, and after a while the play date was over. So Yashoda and they did tata, bye-bye. And Nanda Maharaj, Dashrath Maharaj, they are all waiting for their kids to come. So Dashrath Maharaj, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. There Nanda Maharaj is waiting, and he's waiting for his boy. The boy comes and does what? Dandavat Pranam. He does a full Shashtang. He's shocked. His son, Nandalal, Gopal, doesn't behave so sudhe as they call in Braj, or straightforward, mannered way. That's anything but Krishna. Okay, fine, maybe he had some effect of Ram. So they served prasadam. And what is the son doing of Dashrath Maharaj? Mahaprasade Govinde Nama Brahmani Vaishnave Swalpavatam Punyavatam Rajan Vishwaso Naiva Jayate. Big culture shock. Kanha never does it. He directly goes all the 5 fingers. And then if friends come, he tells them, Meri Anguri Chaat. Lick my fingers. Second shock. Then the friends come, and Kanha, Nanda Maharaj's son, is behaving very cordially. Pranam, Dandavat. Kya ho gayo? What happened to you? And what's happening in the other area? Dashrath. Dashrath welcomes his son. Who is the son? Ram. And Ram climbs on the lap and starts looking in the dadi. Looks very interesting. Can I find a squirrel inside it? What happened to Ram? Then the Mahaprasadam plate was offered, or bhoga, there is no prasadam there. And Ram has all the 10 fingers inside, throwing here, giving it to birds and monkeys. And with his friends, he calls his favorite friend Madhumangal and tells, Bhojan Bhatt Lath Gamar, where did you go? Culture shock. Finally, they figured out that in the play date, the boys got exchanged. Because he also wears pitambar, Ram also wears pitambar. He also has blackish complexion, he also has blackish complexions. Actually, Ram and Krishna, the same Vishnu Tattva. So one saint said, Das Raghunath ka, Das Raghunath ka, Nand ka sakha. Das Raghunath ka, I am the servant of Raghunath. And Nand ka sakha, I am the sakha of Nand Nandan. Kuch idhar bhi raha, kuch udhar bhi raha. I'll stay here also, stay there also. In Vrindavan, on the side of Yamuna, there are so many temples. When Tulsidas came to Vrindavan, he saw Radha Krishna and he looked at them and said, take bow and arrow. So Krishna took the bow and arrow, and this is the temple of Krishna Bhai Raghunath. You go now to a place called Gyana Gudri in Vrindavan, where Radha and Krishna are standing in the front, and behind is a tall deity of Ram holding bow and arrow. Ram Navami is celebrated with pomp and show, especially in our Bhaum Vrindavan, because 1975, Ram Navami, which temple opened? Shri Krishna Balram Temple. Next year will be the 50th anniversary of Krishna Balram Temple. And if Ram Navami is there, after 3, 4, 7 days, who has to come? Jai Hanuman Gyan Gun Sagar, Hanuman Jayanti. This finishes us with the Chaitra month. Chaitra is nice, but after that we come to Vaishak. The heat starts increasing. And we celebrate the first festival of Vaishak on the Shukla Tritiya as Akshaya Tritiya. You know about Akshaya Tritiya? It's the only only festival where the lotus feet of Banke Bihari are shown to the world. Charan Darshan. And Akshaya Tritiya is a day which means Akshay. Whatever we start at that, on that duration, it will be Akshay. Shaya means which reduces, diminishes. Akshay, which is, it does not diminish. So there is a great mahima of doing dan, punya also. But for us, what's the best tapasya? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Already something has started to happen. The heat is increasing. How do you figure out that Thakurji needs like now a little bit patka and not shirt? When we start feeling heat, right? Atmavat. When we feel heat, Thakurji would also be feeling heat. So, Phool Banglas started to manifest. Thank you, Nityanand, Vilas Prabhu. Aap kahan gaye? Where did you go? Maybe Radharaman hired him already. It's such a beautiful Phool Bangla. There is a whole parampara of making this Phool Bangla. Bangla means bungalow, the house. All the lordships come outside their Garbha Graha, sanctum sanctorum, because it's hot. Nowadays, of course, there are ACs, but earlier they would have hand-held fans, which you would choo cha, choo cha. It will make that noise. But it's still hot, so the lordships come outside and you make these beautiful full bungalows primarily of night jasmine, mogra. The smell could be felt, or the fragrance could be felt from quite hundreds of meters outside Radha Raman or Radha Vallabh, Banke Bihari ji. And it's not, they don't use a lot of wood, they use the banana stems. Soft banana stems. Chuta pravala pravala, that verse comes in the Venu Gita. The mango sticks and the banana stick. Krishna decorates himself with those small little shoots of mango sticks and banana sticks. So that forms the prop of the Phool Bangla. All around there are flowers. They also smear it with sandalwood. And Akshaya Tritiya, this season is the season of Chandan Yatra. You could see already on Akshaya Tritiya, a whole row is separated in a lot of the temples, especially I know in Krishna Balaram temple, perhaps also in Hungary, Radhe Shyam. Both have Radha Shyama Sundar, Radhe Shyam. And a whole section of the courtyard is dedicated towards Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Rubbing that big Mysore blocks of sandal and collecting lot of sandalwood. So they don't cover it with Radhe, Sham, anything. Flute and the hair with the chandan. Of course, clothes are clothes, they cover the body. But later on, when they get into ecstasy, they make these fine cotton garments of Thakurji and then cover it with sandal also. In ISKCON, we have some special days, darshan happens of Chandan Yatra, but Radha Damodar, every day they are like smeared with thick chandan. And if you go in Chandan Yatra, they may give you a block of chandan also, directly from the face of Lord. Vaishak Shukla Tritiya and Vaishak Shukla Chaturdashi, the 14th day, we celebrate. It's a hot season, isn't it? So in the hot season, a hot avatar came. Nrsimhadev Bhagwan ki Keshav Dhrita Nar Hari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare. There is one deity of Nrsimhadev near Radha Vallabh temple. 2 lotus-like eyes and 1 third eye also like Lord Shiva. But he looks like a nice, tall, big cub. Very gentle with all the hairs. And on the Narsimha Chaturdashi, what they do, one person becomes Lord Nrsimhadev and he hops from one shop to another shop. The shopkeepers empty their seats and ask Nrsimhadev, you come and sit on our seat or throne. See how Nrsimhadev Chaturdashi festival, which is considered to be a surgery festival, becomes sweet because the lords are sweet. The Madhurya predominates Audarya and Aishwarya. Audarya is compassion, Aishwarya is opulence. But no, everything gets masked by sweetness. So Nrsimhadev temple or Nrsimhadev Chaturdashi becomes this sweet festival of celebration. And on the next day, Radha Raman appears. 500 years ago, Gopal Bhatta Goswami had one of his Shalagram Shila, Nrsimha Shila manifest into Radha Raman. Very beloved to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada would go and have Madhukari at the houses of Radharaman Goswami. There was the mayor of Vrindavan, a Goswami of Radharaman called Vishwambhar Goswami. He was a great supporter of Srila Prabhupada and ISKCON. When many challenges were hurled at ISKCON, he supported Srila Prabhupada. And now his son is a great well-wisher, Padmanabh Goswami. Prabhupada would go there with his bicycle, chi cha, distributing back to Godhead. He would write, he would get it published, and then bring it to everybody. No nonsense. He would not go in any bhandaras and things like that. Just write and focus on his service. So now Vaishakh has ended, and we enter into the further hot season. It's the season of Jala Yatra, Snana Yatra, where it's so hot, you need some sprinklers, you need some fountains. So all the temples, see that when you have to direct, sometimes you have to work, where did the spot boy go? Where is the heroine? Where is the hero? So all the temples have the fountains. And if you walk in the temples, something happens, right? The clouds come and the rainy season starts. Not so much. Haribol. Hare Krishna, thank you. Jala Yatra ki, Snana Yatra ki. This is the hot. Apologies. I hope nobody gets sick. Jyeshtha Purnima, the full moon night of the Jyeshtha season, is Purnima, where Snan Yatra happens. The Lord Shiv, Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, they are bathed because they have to become sick. And then after 15 days, we enter into Ashad. You know Ashad? How many from Maharashtra here? Jai Jai Ram Krishna Hari, 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 Jai Jai Ram Krishna Hari. We celebrate that Ashadi Ekadashi, where Tukaram and his Vari followers, they go to Pandharpur. In this Ashad month, on Shukla Pratipada, the first day of the Gaur Paksh, we celebrate Gundicha Marjan. And on the Dvitiya, we celebrate Jagannath Swami Nayan Pathagami Bhavatu Me. How do you celebrate Jagannath Rath Yatra in Vrindavan? There is no Jagannath, right? No, there is. There is 500-year-old original deity of Jagannath Puri. There was a saint named Mahatma Haridas in Vrindavan, different from Haridas Thakur and Swami Haridas of Banke Bihari. This Swami Mahatma Haridas got a dream by Jagannath saying that Nabha Kalebar is happening. You know Nabha Kalebar? Every 12, 19 or I think 36 years, the body of Jagannath gets changed. And inside there is a Shalagram Shila called the Brahma that is preserved from, you can imagine, thousands of years, and it goes into a new body. Last Nabha Kalebar happened in 2015. And this Nabha Kalebar was happening, so he was ordered, go to Puri. And before they cast off this old body, wooden body of Jagannath, you bring it to Vrindavan. So Krishna is that naughty. He should, write a letter to both parties, right? No, he will come to one's dream first, so that he sees the fun. We have been singing, right? Baki chal chalat gokul mein, Baki chal chalat gokul mein, Chhel chhavi loka ko, Chhel chhavi loka ko. He is Baka, he will walk Teda. But the most surprising element is Bako hridaya hai tako. His heart is crooked. So he comes in one's dream. He doesn't come in the dream of the other person. Maharaj Pratap Rudra, who is the king of Puri. So Mahatma Haridas comes and tells him, Sir, you are doing the Nava Kalevar. You will anyway make new Jagannath deities. Give us the old deities. Krishna came to me. Now you generally don't believe, right? He said, Get out! What are you talking about? We will not go away from our tradition of immersing the older deities into ocean, Mahodadhi. After having some fun, Krishna is still waiting. So Mahatma Haridas says, what is the use of my life? Krishna gave me an instruction, it's not fulfilled. Let me commit suicide at the shores of Mahodadhi. He goes, starts meditating, and when he's almost at the brink, Krishna appears to Maharaj Prataprata. Baba, I only came to him. Give the older deities to Mahatma Haridas. These deities are present in Vrindavan, near the same place where Tulsi Bhai, Krishna Bhai Raghunath. It is called Jagannath Ghat. There is a beautiful deity of Srila Prabhupada also in the temple. And it is this deity which comes out during Jagannath Rath Yatra. For us, it is so special. So when it comes out, you'll see all different ISKCON devotees around. And they might be singing, Jayo Jayo Jagannath Shachirananda Tribhuvane Kore Ja Charana Vanda. Jayo Jayo Jagannath Shachirananda Tribhuvane Kore Ja Charana Vanda. Jai Gora Shai Krishna Shai Jagannath. Jai Gora Shai Krishna Shai Jagannath. The one who is Gauranga Mahaprabhu, he is also Krishna, he is also Jagannath. So next time you go to Vrindavan, you can take a look at this 500-year-old original Puri made, as they say, right? Puri made deities of Jagannath. Now, the hot season is becoming really hot. It's around that 21st June. But still, devotees are happy because they want to witness Ashad Purnima. After Jyeshtha, Jalayatra comes Ashad. In Ashad Dvitiya, we celebrate Rath Yatra. And on Purnima, we celebrate Sanatana Goswami Pad Ki. Anyway, it's super hot, so people shave off. And they rightly shave off also, because when Sanatana Goswami disappeared, everybody considered him to be their grandfather. And they shaved off, and it came to be known as now Mudhiya Purnima. Mudhiya. You do the shave off. And on this day, if you go to Govardhan, good luck. But you don't have to walk to do parikrama, just stand. Because it's a whole garland, not garland, multiple garland of devotees. They'll keep walking, keep walking. It's like local train. How do you enter? Stand. How do you get out? Stand. One inside, one outside, isn't it? So this is the Ashad Purnima. Now, the rainy season has come and it is Shravan. Shravan is the season where Radha and Krishna like to swing. So we have the Jhulan Yatra here, where Radha and Krishna are placed on the swing and the devotees rock them. But sometimes, today don't rock them too much. They're have them their pastimes, otherwise they may trip. This is the Jhulan Yatra. And this season, or beginning with this season, is also the season of Vrindavan theatre. What is theatre? Something which you will see today we are already running IST. The program started an hour late, so it might be a little delayed. It's the 5-act play. In Vrindavan, people would come from all across the Indian subcontinent to witness this Vrindavan theatre. It's an open-air theatre where you don't have a covered stage. It's open air, like this. So what a perfect setting which we have. And it will all begin with an Act 1, where all the Sakhis and Radha Krishna will be together. Something which we have tried to mimic as close as possible to Vrindavan theatre. Now in Vrindavan theatre, we never had Gaurang Mahaprabhu's Leela. And people were dying. We should have Mahaprabhu's Leela also. Because it has to be spoken in Braj Bhasha. The songs have to be in Braj Bhasha. The dialogues have to be in Braj Bhasha. And the, what do you call, the little Tej Tarrat dialogue. How do you translate that in English? You know, the slangs, Gari, has to be also in Braj Bhasha. So one personality, his name was Har Govind. He was a Vaishnav. He envisioned in this entire Gaurang Mahaprabhu Leela. And right now, as we are speaking, near Radha Raman, in a place called Jai Singh Ghera. Jai Singh Ghera was the, you can say, hill station, farmhouse of Savai Jai Singh II, who made Jaipur and welcomed the deity of Radha Govind Dev Ji when they moved from Vrindavan to Jaipur. So they stayed outside Jaipur for 14 years. And Jai Singh created this entire city of Jaipur. This Jai Singh too then had his farmhouse in Vrindavan, which later was purchased by Purushottam Goswami. His son, Shivatsa Goswami Ji, a well-wisher of ISKCON, is currently, right now, they are orchestrating this Vrindavan theatre. One day Krishna Leela, one day Mahaprabhu Leela. One day Krishna Leela, one day Mahaprabhu Leela. And the Mahaprabhu Leela, which touches everybody's heart, is his Sannyas Leela. It is said, people who just left homes and came to Vrindavan, in order to become stable, they must watch Gauranga Leela. That feeling of Vrindavan, which comes through that Mahaprabhu's Sannyas Leela. Okay, we are done with the theatre of Vrindavan, and what next? Actually, devotees can also sit down. That will be nice. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. And now we celebrate Balaram Ji Ki. That's also season of Raksha Bandhan. Now this Raksha Bandhan used to be celebrated earlier also. The sisters tie to their brothers for their well-being. And the brothers give protection. So this season in Braj is celebrated by the disciples tying the Rakhi to their spiritual masters, well-wishing for their Gurudevs, and in turn seeking the protection from their Gurudevs. So there's a big tradition of tying the Rakhis, Raksha Bandhan, to the spiritual masters. Now Shravan is ending, and we are entering into the maximum festival season of Bhadrapad. And how do we enter? Krishna Janmashtami ki jai. The only day when Banke Bihari has Mangala Aarti. Otherwise, they keep him standing for long and he gets up quite late. But on that day at 2 a.m. is the Mangala Aarti. And if you really are thinking of leaving your body, because if you go vertical, you might become perpendicular. You might be raised up by the crowd and reach directly the altar. One of our friends, and we know whom we are talking about, they took their 2-month-old baby, Janmashtami. And as they were coming out of the temple, just like Vasudev was carrying the baby, he was carrying the baby. I said, and the people are crying. They are crying, what's happening? And they said, why did you bring him? What did they say? He brought. This sweet baby is named Ram. And we could only say how Prabhupada would say the second and the third generation devotees would be very special in our movement. They would light fire with the mantras. Any third generation devotee, please don't do it now. Powerful. Vaisheshika Prabhu, often whenever there is a baby shower or things like that, he says, great, we are open for business. Oh gods, oh special personalities, please come and take birth in this movement. And they are. They are doing so. So Janmashtami is celebrated? No. In Vrindavan, it's a little bit less. The next day is special. It's the day of Nandotsav or Nandochav. Badhai aaj aaj badhai. Badhai mai aaj badhai. Badhai mai aaj badhai. आज बधाई सब ब्रज छाई, आज बधाई सब ब्रज छाई, ब्रज की नारी सब जुरी आई, ब्रज की नारी सब जुरी आई. खत्म? Is it over? Very quick. But Braj Nari, they came, and what they are doing? Badhai. Like we do Badhai on the birthdays, but Krishna likes to be done on the next day. Why? Because on Janmashtami he was born in Mathura, and Yashoda was nicely sleeping, Parishranta, as Bhagavatam says. And in the morning, when Nanda Baba came, he didn't come. First, those Dadan, we call it in Vrindavan, Dai. So she came, and when everybody knew about it, they started singing. Nand ke ghar anand bhayo, jai kanaiya lal ki. Nand ke ghar anand bhayo, jai kanaiya lal ki. Hathi dine gode dine aur dine pal ki. Hathi dine gode dine aur dine pal ki. Candy dine, chocolate dine, aur rabdi dine. So it's a festival. This is Badhai. Nandotsav is very big in Vrindavan, and of course very big in Nandagram. But in Vrindavan, we wait for even more special festival, isn't it? Kana ju ko to side mein, as they say. Krishna is on the side. Because for us, who is special? Shri Radha Rani ki jai. On Radha Ashtami, a place in Vrindavan called Dusayat. It's the oldest, you can say, you have Woodbridge community, you have Samamish, Palomino. So it's the oldest such community in Vrindavan, oldest tax-paying community, which got created by Akbar. It's the area near Madan Mohan and Banki Bihari. Dusayat, it was called. Now it is Dusayat. We have the fortune of staying there. And behind our place, there is a ashram called Surdas Baba Ka Ashram. This Surdas is different from the Ashtachap Surdas. He's a Radha Vallabh here, Kishori Sharanji. He was blind. He was so mad in love of Radharani that on Radha Ashtami, chariots would come out, and they still come out. On one chariot is Radha and Krishna. On one chariot it is Swami Haridas, Gaur Nitai, big chariots in those kunj galis, small kunj galis. And what do the shopkeepers do? Badhai aaj mai badhai, badhai mai aaj badhai. But they do it with a gusto because it's Radharani's. So the shopkeepers who are selling handkerchiefs, give it for free. The shopkeepers who are making kachodis, give it for free. The shopkeepers who are making kuliya, kuliya, you might find it today. Kuliya Prasad of Radharaman, they give it for free. Everybody is giving. Why? Because Krishna left Vrindavan, but Radharani did not leave Vrindavan. That's why हमारे माई श्यामाजू को राज, हमारे माई श्यामाजू को राज, हमारे माई श्यामाजू को राज. श्यामाजू को राज. And therefore, Vrindavan, we say Hare Krishna, and the mantra is Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Who has the, you can say, Bahumat or the majority there? Hare. 8 words are Hare. In this way, we end the Bhadrapad. We enter into the Ashwin season where Dashera is celebrated. But the most important season of Ashwin comes on the Purnima, Ashwin Purnima. Any guesses? There all the deities are dressed in white color. There you make a kheer and put the kheer on the top of your terrace and let the moonlight surcharge it with special flavor. This is the event of Sharada Purnima or Ras Purnima. And we were thinking of some 4D effects. I don't know where did. I have to sing. Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe, Radhe. Jai Radhe, Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe, Radhe. Jai Radhe, Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Krishna, Krishna. Jai Krishna, Jai Shri Krishna. Lovely. Jai Krishna, Krishna. Jai Krishna, Jai Shri Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you to all the 4D effects participants. Hare Krishna. While Ashwin is Kartik season, it's also a special season. We celebrate Shraddha Paksha, where even devotees offering sometimes to their pitris. It's not required, but they do it in a devotional way so that they get bhakti. And in this Shraddha season, the unmarried girls celebrate gopis. Now, the traditions began with the unmarried girls, but all the gopis, they make beautiful geometrical arts, something which you see on the far corner. It's called Sanji. In the Sanj or Sandhya, when Krishna is returning from the forest, the gopis make this design. In Telugu, it's called Golu, right? Or the Rangoli. But it's very special because it is geometrical, and in the center of the geometry, which you'll see, Sonali Mataji is here. She has made these wonderful designs, and Krishna and Radha in the center. And they sing a verse about it, which will also be pasted there. Man vanchit phal paiye, jo ki jaya se. Man vanchit phal paiye, jo ki jaya se. सुनहु कुंवरी वृष भानु की, यह सांझी साचो देव. सुनहु कुंवरी वृष भानु की, यह सांझी साचो देव. Sunahu Kuvari, O princess, Vrishabhanu ki, the Vrishabhanu Dulari, this Sanji is Sacho Dev. It's like a Dev. Ask your desire, fulfill your desire. What she would ask? That let's meet with Krishna. So now people go there and ask all sorts of desire. Tesla Bhavati, extra stocks, Avashyam Bhavati. People do all sorts of, but devotees go there and ask for Anurag in the holy name, Anurag in the deity worship. So as you are staying today here, do focus on that Sanji. Sanj Sandhya. Krishna comes and gopis decorate, and this tradition has been going on in those 15 days of Shraddha Paksh. Each temple competes also who will make the most beautiful Sanji. And one of the temple which stands out and not many people know about is Raghunath Bhatta Goswami's temple. Behind Radha Vallabh is called Bhatta Ji Ki Gali. It's a Haveli. You won't know about it. And it's a bit interesting because their philosophy is Gaudiya, but their worship is Pushti. The females in their line come from Pushti Marg. The males come from Gaudiya. So it's a interesting marriage. And many saints have said that Pushti and Gaudiya are like sister sampradayas. Very close in their bhav. You go to the temple, you'll find the original Chaitanya Charitamrita of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, because it says Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami comes in that line, was initiated in that line. Raghunath Bhatta, and then later on many saints came there. There it's a huge Sanji, a whole room, and sometimes they make the Sanji floating on the water. How do they make it? With stencils and things like that. So this is the month of Ashwin. And next is our favorite month. What's that month? Namam Ishwaram Satchidananda Rupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Bhajmanam Yashoda Bhiyolukala Dhavmanam Param Vrishtam Atyanta Todruta Gopya. Deepavali, Giraj Dharan Ki Jai, and whole month of Deepdan, Kartik. Now the 2 months are little relaxed. We need to relax also, right? But it's only in words, because the seasons are changing. Thakurji may get upset tummy, so they start to make khichdi. Because khichdi is all season food, right? Any problem? Khichdi. But their khichdi is special. They put ghee, kaju, badam, javitri, kesar, chironji. It's very expensive, huh? 10 grams, 1,000 rupees, something like that. And they have achar, murabba. Not all items are there today, but some semblance is there. So the month is Margashirsha, where on the Dwadashi day, we start making Thakurji wear warm clothes. And we put in front of Radha Govind Dev Angithi. You know Angithi? The coal heater, coal-based heater, isn't it? It's called Vyanjana Dwadashi. And on the Vyanjana Dwadashi, we make these nice Vyanjans of khichdi and start offering. The next month is Paush, where for exactly 1 month, this khichdi utsav goes on in Radha Vallabh temple. Morning you go at 7 a.m., some darshan will be there. Then in 5 minutes, darshan changes. Another 5 minutes, darshan changes. Altogether 20 darshans. They do it so fast. First he becomes Narad Muni. Then he becomes Radharani with Veena. Then he becomes somebody, a stationer. Then they throw all the pens and pencils. Then he becomes a patangwala. They throw patangs. Then they become a hosiery dealer. Khichdi Utsav. Vrindavan is ingenious in making festivals. And of course, ISKCON Seattle too is. After the pause, now we come to Magh. Thand gets into the bones. We celebrate first Makar Sankranti, the day when Gaurang Mahaprabhu took sannyas, and it's the day where Uttarayan to Dakshinayan. And now we are coming to the last festival of today. But in Vrindavan, it's not a festival, it's Maha to the power of N festival. It starts to begin on Magh Shukla Panchami, Vasant Panchami, where people dress themselves in yellow. All the lordship is dressed in yellow. They worship even Kamadev. Why? Why are you worshipping Kamadev on Vasant Panchami? Because the original Kamadev is Krishna. So the devotees worship Kamadev and Rati. You go from our lives. Let Radha and Krishna enter our lives. Vasant Panchami this year in India was on a very famous day which lies on February 14. Anybody knows about it? Nobody wants to know about it, right? So people were celebrating and Vrindavan was gearing up for another festival. Holi begins. It's just beginning, huh? The madness has not come, so any 4D effects can wait. The Holi starts to begin on this Vasant Panchami. But on Vasant Panchami, when you go to temples, maybe they'll put a little tika of yellow colors. And these colors are very organic. They're made from teshu flowers in Barsana. A lot of flowers, they grow, teshu flowers, and then they boil it. And it's like medicinal face pack. So one can play Holi and come out, as they say, fair and lovely. All just use lovely now. So the Holi has begun, but it's not really. Little color is going on. Comes the season of Falgun. First, devotees take blessings of Lord Shiva. Falgun Krishna Chaturdashi, which is Shivaratri. And everybody throngs to Gopeshwar Mahadev ki. And there you can even, if you go in the morning, you will drown in the buckets of water. And if in the evening you go, you stand in front of Lord Shiva, and everybody would be chanting, Tava Kathamritam Tat Jivanam Avibhiriditam Kalmashapaham. Then Shravanamangalam Srimadaatatam Bhuvi Grinanti Bhurida Jana. Gopi Geet, he loves Gopi Geet. And now, little bit, things are happening. March 17 this year was Falgun Shukla Ashtami. On that day, a Pandit from Nandagaon goes to Barsana. Radhe Radhe, we want to come and play Holi. Do we have permission? Literally, this is the tradition. Holi is yet not there, huh? So February 14, little color has started. We come to March 17. The color is already little. So 33 days of Holi is done. But on the 17th March, the Nandagram Pandit goes to Barsana, following the tradition 5,000 years ago, where Nandagaon Vasis would go first to Barsana. Permission taken. March 18, Falgun Shukla Naumi. Nandagaon ke Gopa, they go to Barsana. And then Barsane ki Kopi. So they don't go by themselves. They have like those bulletproof jackets. No, not bulletproof jackets, but shields. Because they know no sooner they enter into Barsana, they will be hit by a stick. This is called the Lathamar Holi of Vrindavan, or Laddu Holi. It is following the tradition where gopis would hit them with sticks of flowers. Whom they would hit? Gopas. That's why it is not holy in Braj. It's called Hori. Ralayor abhedaha. Ra and La in Sanskrit is abhed. That's why Srila Prabhupada is same as Sri Ra Prabhupada, and Ra means Rati Dadati, which means gives. So one who gives Shri Bhakti is Sri Ra Prabhupada, and hence he is called Sri La Prabhupada. So even Hare Krishna, you go to some Asian countries, if they chant Hare Krishna, it's fine, because Ralayor Abhedaha. Prahlad Maharaj is same as Prahlad Maharaj. Even Bhagavatam it comes. But Ra has that sweetness, right? So in Braj we call it Hori. Actually not Hori. Jag jag mein Hori, Braj mein Hora. Because it's a 42 days festival. Now we are at the 34th day. Nandagaon people have gone to Barsana, they have been hit. Next day, Falgun Shukla Dashmi. Barsana's gopis come to Nandagram and then they play Holi. And the next day is the madness. Falgun Shukla Ekadashi, called Rang Bharni Ekadashi. Bura na mano, Holi hai. What's that? Okay. जग जग में होरी, ब्रज में होरा, ब्रज में हरि होरी मचाई, ब्रज में हरि होरी मचाई, ब्रज में हरि होरी मचाई, ब्रज में हरि होरी मचाई। इतते आई सुघर राधिका, इतते आई सुघर राधिका, उतते कुंवर कन्हाई। स्लो। उतते कुंवर कन्हाई, हिली मिली भाग परस पर खेले, हिली मिली भाग परस पर खेले, शोभा बरनी न जाई, शोभा बरनी न जाई। बाजत ढोल मृदंग झांझ ढप, बाजत मृदंग ढोल झांझ ढप, बीना और शहनाई, बीना और शहनाई। उड़त अबीर गुलाल कुमकुमा, उड़त अबीर गुलाल कुमकुमा, उड़त अबीर गुलाल कुमकुमा, उड़त अबीर गुलाल कुमकुमा। रयो सकल ब्रज छाई, रयो सकल ब्रज छाई, रयो सकल ब्रज छाई, रयो सकल ब्रज छाई। Keep playing slowly. So Rahyo Sakal Braj Chai. Today this has been made Vrindavan. It would have been great if we had colors. I know we have a lot of colors. Thank you. We have a lot of colors. But maybe with the flowers.
Somebody do this.
It is these tesu flowers which are converted into colors. But today we are doing, first assembly line with the flowers only. राधे श्याम जुगल जोड़ी पर, राधे श्याम जुगल जोड़ी पर, राधे श्याम जुगल जोड़ी पर, राधे श्याम जुगल जोड़ी। सूरदास बलि 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 जाई, सूरदास बलि 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 जाए. Now this bali bali, we have to do it together. How do you do bali bali? Yes. First step, second step, third step, and so let's do. Surdas bali 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 jai, Surdas bali 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 jai. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare. But that's not all. Hari Hari. But there is a festival remaining. When the Rang Bharni Ekadashi happens, if you go to temples and somebody slaps you with color, don't retaliate. It's the law. And the color starts happening. Every time you go to some temple, somebody would throw a big block of color and boom. Not somebody, pujaris would do it from their altars. Color happens. Finally, the crescendo reaches 24th March, which is the Chaturdashi, Holika Dahan, where Prahlad Maharaj is sitting in the lap of Holika. That pastime is narrated. And next day is 25th March this year in India, Vrindavan, Gaur Purnima. Also happens to be Holi Purnima. Ab to bura na mano Holi hai. Rub people do dump them into gutter. I mean, nowadays people have mobiles, so they don't play so much. But earlier it was a lot. However, everything must stop at 2 p.m. No more Holi after 2 p.m. Why? Because the streets would be cleaned. People would come in their nice clothes, welcoming deities. Holi still does not stop. 26, 27 is Huranga in Yavat, Dauji, Barsana, and Nandgaon. And Huranga means Huranga. People tear off kurtas, throw buckets of water. Teams of gopis versus teams of gopas. And finally on 27 March, everything ends. Where gopis would come balancing a 50-kilo lamp, circular lamps on their head. It's called Charkula dance. Welcoming that Krishna defeated Indra. He lifted Govardhan. So they dance. In fact, they also considered that when Radharani was born, her grandmother, Mukhara, danced it this way. So they celebrate. But for us on Holi, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. But for us, on the 25th March, we end Holi. We don't go to play Huranga. But there is one festival which we wait, and it happens in the evening. What's that festival? In which people from all across, where are the 4Ds? People from all across come and sing loudly. Jadi gaur na hoito, tabe ki hoito, ke mone dharite de. Jadi gaur na hoito, tabe ki hoito, ke mone dharite de. Radhar mahima प्रेम रस सीमा जगत जानत के. राधार महिमा प्रेम रस सीमा जगत जानत के. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. That's our Gaur Purnima. With that festival we end. But as we end the festival, we take one line with us all the time. Nachare amar man, nachare amar man, nachare amar man, nachare amar man. Hey! Nachare amar man, nachare amar man, nachare amar man, nachare amar man. Doya Nitai Chaitanya bole, nachare amar man. Doya Nitai Chaitanya bole, nachare amar man. Doya Nitai Chaitanya bole, nachare amar man. Nitai Chaitanya bole, nachare amar man. Nachare amar man, nachare amar man. নাচরে আমার মান, নাচরে আমার মান, জয় গৌরানিতাই, 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 জয় গৌরানিতাই, 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 জয় গৌরানিতাই। His Holiness Harivilas Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki, Shri Shri Radha Govind Dev Ju ki, Shri Shri Radha Neela Madhav Ju ki, Vrindavan Dham ki, Goloka Farm Vrindavan ki, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे। श्याम हरे कृष्ण।
चलो रे मन श्री वृंदावन धाम, चलो रे मन श्री वृंदावन धाम, रटेंगे वहाँ रटेंगे वहाँ राधे 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 नाम, मिलेंगे कुंज बिहारी ओढ़ के कांवर कारी, मिलेंगे कुंज बिहारी ओढ़ के कांवर कारी। चलो मन श्री वृंदावन धाम, चलो मन श्री वृंदावन धाम।
Radhe Shyam. We are now waiting and we would like to call. Plan change? Yes. So all these pastimes, different pastimes which we are hearing, it's such a benediction that His Holiness Shivram Swami Maharaj with a wonderful team is working on this. All are magnum opuses. And we have His Grace Anand Chaitanya Prabhu here. Sorry Prabhu, everything got 30 minutes delay, but I'm very happy it was just 30 minutes delay. Otherwise it is ISSST. So please, thank you. So let's welcome Anand Chaitanya Prabhu and Smara Hari Prabhu. Smara Hari Prabhu. And with that, the presence of also His Holiness Shivaram Swami Maharaj, Amisad by loudly chanting Hari Hari.
One quick announcement. I know a lot of you are now getting ready to have prasad, so that will be starting. We are just getting preparation ready. But first, I will request let the kids go and eat first, okay? And then the adult can follow. So I'll tell you the menu for today is Radha Vallabh ki khichdi, Madan Mohan की बाटी, राधा रमन की दाल, तेज कदम की खीर, बाके बिहारी की लस्सी, कृष्णा बलराम का रायता। With that, sir, please. Everybody, please sit down. Please sit down.
Brief. I'll be brief.
मेन्यू पहले नहीं बताना चाहिए था। Just watch the watch here also.
Oh, sure. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripa Tamaham Bande Shri Gurundina Taranam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Brinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, everyone. My name's Ananda Chaitanya Das. I'm from London. You can probably tell from my accent. I live in Hungary. I'm a disciple of Shivram Swami, Prabhu mentioned. It's a pleasure to be here. As Prabhu mentioned at the beginning, many of you weren't here. It's such a wonderful coincidence. Of course, we don't believe in coincidences, but it's Krishna's arrangement that somehow we came here with these books. We're on a tour, a 12-week tour of America, 3 months. And we arranged 3 months ago, maybe 4 months ago, to come here in Seattle on this date. And somehow the Vraja Ustav is also at this time. So it's a real pleasure to be here amongst you all. I'll be brief because I know Prashadam is waiting. But I was just reflecting on how wonderful and refreshing it is just to hear about Vrindavan and Vrindavan pastimes. It was such an uplifting hour and a half. Time just flew. And I was reflecting on how, as Prabhu was speaking, on how I remember maybe 15 years ago, I lived from the first 10 years of my brahmacharya, I lived in Bhaktivedanta Manor, and then I moved to Hungary 8 years ago. I remember maybe 15 years ago, there was one devotee who was visiting us in the ashram, and he sat down next to me at lunchtime, and he just began to speak about Krishna, Krishna's pastimes, Krishna book, different aspects of the philosophy. And then I had a meeting, it was 2 o'clock, I had a meeting and I had to run. Maybe we were sitting for 10, 15 minutes. And then I said, I'm really sorry, Prabhu, forgive me, I was clock watching, I've got a meeting. And then I said, I'm really sorry, I have to go, I have a meeting. And he said, what is it about this place? He said, whoever I speak to, I start speaking about Krishna and no one can stand it. Everyone likes to speak about so many other topics. But whenever I start speaking about Krishna, everyone has to run. Everyone's busy. He said, what kind of an international society for Krishna consciousness are we living in? It was strong words, but it definitely made me reflect. How often do we actually speak about Krishna? Often in our classes also, we speak so much about anarthas. Sometimes I think we're living in the international society for anartha consciousness. But we have to really be in the international society for Krishna consciousness. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Mat chitta mat kata prana bodhayantascha parashparam katyantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. 90% of our problems go away if we just practice Krishna consciousness. If we just hear nicely about Krishna, if we chant Krishna's holy names. And I definitely experienced that hearing Prabhu. It was so wonderful, so enlivening. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says that there's a lot of talk of anartha nivritti, but we also have to focus on artha pravritti. Actually, when we capture something which is a value, artha, when we connect with Krishna, with Krishna's wonderful, beautiful abode, his associates, his pastimes, then there's so much enlivenment. The heart becomes so uplifted, and many of the problems of life just go away, they dissipate. Also, Krishna helps. So, once in Narendra Sarovar, the devotees were bathing. This is in Jagannath Puri. We find this pastime in Chaitanya Charitamrita. And Srivas Thakur and Swarup Damodar Goswami were discussing. And Srivas Thakur is Narad Muni. And Swarup Damodar Goswami is Lalita. So they were discussing. So Srivas Thakur was saying how Vaikuntha is superior. And Swarup Damodar Goswami was arguing that Vrindavan is superior. So they were discussing, and Srivas Thakur was saying how Vaikuntha has so much opulence, such a wonderfully amazing, opulent place. Vrindavan is a village. But then Swarup Damodar Goswami was explaining that even a grain of dust in Vrindavan has more opulence than the entire Vaikuntha planets combined. So much opulence in Vrindavan. Just the opulence of Vrindavan is overshadowed by the sweetness, the madhurya, the wonderful pastimes, the wonderful interactions are so beautiful. But Vrindavan is also very opulent. Once there was in Akbar's court, there was a singer. His name was Tansen. Such an amazing singer. The way he sung, it just captured Akbar's heart. He was Akbar's favorite singer. So he was singing so amazingly, so mesmerizing. So then Akbar asked him one day, where did you learn to sing like this? How do you do it? It's amazing. It transports me to another world. Tansen explained that actually I'm nothing. My guru is the one who taught me to sing. So he said, where is your guru? I want to meet your guru. So he explained, my guru's name is Haridas. I'm not sure which Haridas. It's definitely not Haridas Thakur, maybe Banki Bihari. So there's a Haridas in Banki Bihari.
To him, the Banki Bihari revealed himself.
I have to ask more afterwards. So he said, you have to meet my guru, Haridas. He lives in Vrindavan. So Akbar was very eager to meet Haridas. So they went to Vrindavan together, Tansen and Akbar. And when they came, he was in a kunj, he was in a very secluded place, and he was just alone, and he was singing. But the way he sung, they were both in ecstasy, just listening. Tansen and Akbar were in ecstasy. They couldn't believe how wonderfully, how amazingly he was singing. It was really transporting them to another realm. So they were absolutely mesmerized, amazed at how Haridas was singing. So when he finished singing, he came out of his ecstasy. Then both Tansen paid his dandavats and he introduced Akbar. And Akbar was just explaining how impressed, how amazed he was by this singing. And he said, let me do something for you. Let me serve you in some way. How can I satisfy you? So Haridas said, I don't need anything. What do we need? You know, we have the holy name, we have the scripture, we have the Dham. What else does one need? He's very self-satisfied. But then Akbar, he felt slighted. You know, he's an emperor. He has such wealth, such access. And he said, no, let me do something for you. Ask for something. I'm the emperor. Let me do something. And again, Haridas said, no need. I don't need anything. And then Akbar insisted, allow me to do something for you. So then Haridas explained that there is a kund. No, there's a river Yamuna there. And there is a ghat. And on the ghat, there is some stone. And that stone is broken. Please fix the stone. Replace it. So then Akbar felt slighted again. He said, I'm the emperor. I have such wealth, such a huge treasury. And he's asking me to fix a little stone in a ghat? What kind of service is this? I'm the emperor. But anyway, they went to see the stone. He said, just go and see the stone. So as they went to see the stone, they go there. And through the mercy of Haridas, both were given the vision. So there is a Antardhan Shakti, a thin layer of the material energy which covers the Dham and doesn't allow one to see the reality of what's there. When we go to the Dham, we see dust, we see stone. But Haridas gave them the vision to be able to see beyond this Antardhan Shakti. And so they could see that this wasn't just stone. Akbar was amazed when he looked closer. When they got to this broken stone, they understood that actually this wasn't stone. The Dham is made of Chintamani. And Akbar's understanding was that as he was looking, he was seeing that this stone, it was so priceless. All of his treasury, everything that he owned, couldn't compensate. He couldn't afford to replace this simple stone in Vrindavan. So Vrindavan is such a beautiful, wonderful place. There's so much opulence is there. So Akbar gained some understanding. So then he asked, how is it that your guru can sing so nicely, so amazingly, so wonderfully? And then Tansen explained that I'm singing for an ordinary emperor of this world. But my guru, Haridas, He's singing for the Supreme Emperor. And therefore, when he sings, it's on another level, it's on another platform. So Vrindavan is such a wonderful, amazing place. And we're also fortunate to be here, to be members of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Prabhupada has given us such access. Like Prabhu was singing, Gorangana Yadi Gorna Hoito, Tabeki Hoito. Jeb Thakuraj has written one for Prabhupada. Jadi Prabhupada na hoito, Tabeki Hoito. I often find it useful to reflect on my own life and think, what if Prabhupada didn't come? What would be of me? Where would my life be? Where would I be? What would I be doing? And what would be the meaning and the essence of my life? So I find this a very useful meditation. So Prabhupada has given us so much, and we have to mine those literatures. Prabhupada has given us access to such a wonderful world, such a rich, deep, amazing world. So amongst those literatures, of course, Bhagavatam was Prabhupada's magnum opus. And the essence of the Bhagavatam is a 10th canto. Prabhupada gave a summary study of that 10th canto because he wanted very early on in our society for devotees to know Krishna, to really be absorbed in Krishna. Who is Krishna? His name, his form, his abode, associates, qualities, and pastimes. And so in pursuance of this Krishna book, we have these beautiful books which have been written by Srila Shivram Swami Maharaj. Some of you may know him. He doesn't come to America. His last time he was here, well, he's been here very briefly, but he was in Chicago 45 years ago almost. Other than that, he resides in Europe and goes to the Dhams. But he writes. He's taking the writings of the Acharyas and bringing them forth in a very digestible way. So these books are very, very beautiful. The first set here is called Navaraj Mahima. There's 600 amazing, beautiful, wonderful pastimes of Krishna. Many of these pastimes you won't have read or heard before. They're based on the writings of the Acharyas and Braj oral traditions. Beautiful pastimes, very good for children and very good for adults. And then the second set is called the Krishna in Vrindavan series. That's further from me. It's 10 volumes, and it's based on the 10th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, the first 39 chapters, which is the Vrindavan section. Our goal is Vrindavan. And this is what our Acharyas are giving us. This is what Srila Prabhupada is giving us. We have to take time to absorb in Vrindavan, to hear about Vrindavan. And the more we hear, the more we read, the more our desire will grow. In our lives, we have so many desires. We're surrounded by the material energy. We can touch it, we can see it, we can feel it, we can smell it. Because our senses come in touch. They say, I see what I believe, or I believe what I see. So because we can touch, taste, smell these things, they feel real. We can connect with them. And therefore this ethereal world, this material world, we feel such a connection with this place. And the spiritual world, Goloka Vrindavan and all of the pastimes seem so far and so distant because we don't take the time to really connect with this place. And therefore, as devotees, in order to really nourish our Krishna consciousness, we have to really take time to hear about Vrindavan, to connect with the place. Raghunath Das Goswami has written one very beautiful book. It's called Vraja Ustav. And he's just going through and introducing the various personalities of Vrindavan. And he says 1 or 2 verses on each person. He introduces the peacocks. He introduces the river Yamuna. He introduces Govardhan Hill. And so many other aspects of Vrindavan, just like if you're a guest and he's showing you around. This is Krishna consciousness. So we have such wonderful gifts, and there are devotees in our society who are mining those and making them very accessible to the devotee populace. So these are some such books. We have been touring around North America. We've been here, like I mentioned, for 12 weeks. This is our final day tomorrow. We fly back to Hungary. So it's been an amazing tour. We were in Houston, and in the, you know, on down the up, we're going up the East Coast and the Midwest. We did 11,000 miles in 11 and a half weeks. Driving, we were driving. We hired a car in Houston. Smara Haripru here did 96% of the driving, we calculated. And we were touring around, going from temple to temple, community to community, house programs. We did 50 programs over 80 days. We had an amazing time, and the books were very well received by the devotees. This is our last stop here in Seattle. I was here 2 years ago, actually, with this Navaraj Mahima set of books. We had a wonderful reception. So that, as well as the wonderful warmth of the devotees, has brought us back. So we hope that today also devotees will receive these books very warmly, like they have been in the rest of North America. I think that's all. I'll stop. Thank you so much to you all. Thank you to the organizers for giving the opportunity to say some words, for allowing us to be here. And one last thing is, please come to Hungary. We have a beautiful farm community. It's 750 acres of land, 70 cows, and it's built. Vrindavan has been mapped into this onto the community, so you can go in the Hungarian countryside, 2 hours south of Budapest, where no one would ever imagine. You can find Vrashana, Javat, Nandagram, River Yamuna, Govardhan Hill. All of the pastime places have been mapped out. Actually, Srila Prabhupada instructed for New Gokul, Bhaktivedanta Manor, established 600 pastime places of Vrindavan around Bhaktivedanta Manor. So Srila Shiva Ramanj took that instruction and he so it's a replica of Vrindavan. Prabhupada wanted replicas of Vrindavan to be established all over the world so that devotees could go and easily access the Dham. We don't have to go all the way to Boma Vrindavan. So this is the Dham in the comfort of your own home. So these books have beautiful maps, so you can follow your way around Vrindavan Parikram. But please do come to Hungary sometime. Maybe there can be an ISKCON Seattle trip to New Vrajadam, to Hungary, and you can all come and experience the wonders of Radha Shyam Sundar and their abode. Thank you so much. Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, ISKCON Seattle ki, Vraja Ustav ki, Ghor Bhakta Vrind ki, Nitai Gaur Premanandi.
Hare Krishna. I'm Damodar Prasad Das, today in a different dress here, so in case you're not recognizing me. Hare Krishna. Thank you for Prabhus for bringing this Vraja Ustav and Ananda Chaitanya Prabhu and team coming here.
This is Dameshwar Gopi. Dameshwar Prasad Gopi.
Yeah, so giving us the treasure, and I request all the devotees look at these books, and I'm sure you can definitely read this Krishna Katha, Krishna Leela, which is very rare because they've been translated for us in a way we can understand. So please take a look at these books and take one home, at least one set home. And these, if you want further copies and you want how to get these copies, you can contact Vrajaraman and Ananda Chaitanya Prabhu.
Smarahari. Smarahari.
And Smarahari Prabhu, who did the 96% of the driving. Right? So it's wonderful. So we, as Prabhu said, Harivamsa Prabhu, Seattle is the land of Utsavs. So let's keep continuing these Utsavs. We've been thinking all the time. We welcome Gauranitais in the farm. Nityananda Vilas Prabhu organizes that. And we bring all the home our Gauranitais and we do Arati and Pushpa Abhisheka. Now this time we got a Krishna here. Maybe we can add next year, bring our Krishnas too, all Radha Krishnas. So that way that desire also gets fulfilled. And this is the beginning, and as the beginning is humble beginnings, but very wonderful beginnings. We are hearing the Katha from our Vrajavasi, who is here. And we never been to any yatra. This is our first yatra today, right? without going to Vrindavan. And Prabhu actually walked us through all the places. Now, next time we go to Vrindavan, we know who to contact. Right? So thank you. And now, what next, Prabhu?